It's Friday, which means it's another episode of People Like You. My name is Emmanuel Osiseri, your online personal trainer and wellness coach, and today I met with a very special guest, Mr. Ed Hashem. And so, Ed is somebody that I met through, or seen through Facebook through a mutual friend, and Ed is 90, is it 91?
92.
92 years old, and I saw Ed at the gym, and he has muscles that had to have been bigger than mine when he was 31. And so, Ed, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit of something about yourself to get started.
Okay, my name is Ed Hashem, 92 going on 93. I'm sure you understand that part. I don't know, I started at the age of 58 years old and was introduced to the gym at Strength and Health Barbell Club. And from there, that's where I got my training, and well, that's about it.
Right. And so, I read something, or I think I read something that you're actually, you actually hold the record for like the most amount of pull-ups or push-ups for your age range. Tell me a little bit about that. How'd that?
No, at 75 years old, I mean, I did nothing but powerlifting, never did get into the bodybuilding or anything, but
Right.
I started, like I said, at 58 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I got into bench press. I used to love that.
Right.
And anyway, I've got two brand new shoulders to prove that.
Right.
At the age of 75, I broke a couple of records for old people, but I did bench press at 315 pounds.
Wow.
Never been on steroids, I can honestly say that.
Nice.
It was all good food.
Nice.
Then I held the Washington State record when we were living up there for 14 years, and in Ellensburg, Washington. And then anyway, a couple of 4 or 5 months later, went back to Oregon where I did my benching, and I held a world record for a while on that. But other than that, I'm doing all right.
Wow, absolutely. So one of the reasons why I'm super excited to have you on is that my mission, my goal is to get as many people active as possible. And I know that I work at a plant with a lot of older people, middle-aged to older people. And so a lot of the times as our bodies gets older, it's very easy to hold on to the crutch that I'm getting old, I'm not in my heyday anymore, I'm just going to kind of ride this whole life thing out. But you and your wife had decided, no, we can still do something. So kind of take us through that journey of how you're still so active at an older age.
Well, this is something that just builds into you. I mean, that's hard to give up, and it's like a second home to both of us. And like I said a little while ago, Manny, Mama here is 88 years old, and she does 30 man's push-ups. Believe it or not.
Amazing.
And it's all good food.
Yeah.
No fast food.
Right. Absolutely. And I like I like what you said. Like it's really a lifestyle. And I've been working out in the gym about 10 years now consistently. And the most that I've taken off in 10 years is about 3 weeks now. It's because of my knee surgery. Other than that, like I've never missed a week of working out at least one time. And so like you said, to your point, it's just you do it so long it becomes a part of you, and then you just kind of get into the strong habit and routine, right? Where it's just kind of hard to stop, really.
Oh, it is. It is hard to stop. I mean, I would be lost without it.
Right.
In fact, I've had 8 major operations.
Wow.
And it was the Lord that kept me going. And
Sure.
anyway, I went back to weightlifting again. But my last operation was 2 brand new shoulders.
Yeah. Yeah. You definitely get your fair share of injuries.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that can happen at any age, really. But it kind of teaches you, like when you get injuries, it kind of teaches you how to like work out correctly or work around it, or maybe there was poor form that you had that led to it. So I definitely learned from my injuries.
Well, I shouldn't say this, I mean, but I break my eating habits once in a while.
Right.
I usually tell the people that I used to train, if you can do away with, let's see, what was it? Oh my God. Help me, Brew, help me. ice cream, candy, cookie, cake, beer, whiskey, wine, soda pops, hamburgers, hot dogs, French fries. I
Wow.
do break that once in a while.
Yeah, that's an extensive list. But I mean, one thing that I teach on here is I don't teach like strict, like we were just talking about my bodybuilding show and how strict I had to be before we started. And, you know, I don't really teach that as a lifestyle, really. It's good to enjoy, you know, if you like to have a cigar or a shot of whiskey or ice cream. You know, I still have that stuff as well, too. And I think that's a common misconception with people who want to work out. They're like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. It's like, no, you can be fit so that you can do that stuff, right? You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah. So, oh, did you have something?
No, go
Yeah.
ahead.
No. So along your fitness journey, you actually told me that you and your wife have been married for 72.
72 years.
72 years. That's freaking remarkable.
And she's still the boss.
And she's still the boss. That's what they say. So, along that 72-year process, because she's active as well, how has that helped you with your regular fitness routine as somebody who's right there with you along your fitness journey?
Well, that's hard to say. I mean, I might not able to answer that question correctly, but I mean, the things that they see Mom and I do, I mean, I don't think we put on a show or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, but we're good with everybody. We're friendly with everybody. And
Right.
then there's some of the guys and some of the gals, I mean, who come up to me and, how do you do this or how do you do that? And I take time off. I mean, what the heck, I've got a lot of years ahead to go, so.
Right.
But anyway, that's about it.
Yeah. No, I think it's awesome to have. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have my girlfriend. She's very active as well with me as well too. So it just kind of makes the journey even more fun. It makes it balanced. You gotta understand that journey along with each other. You kind of know what it takes to live a certain lifestyle, and it really helps, really.
It does.
Yeah, and you really look fantastic for your age. I didn't mention that earlier. Do you ever tell people your real age? I'd give you 65. But
I was in the World War II, towards the tail end of World War II, and I'll see some of these guys at the Veterans Administration or clinic over here with the hat and everything, and I'd ask them what part of the service used. And I couldn't believe, I mean, even some of the guys that's not even active, and as far as, oh no, I better not say that.
Right.
I better not say it.
Yeah. Just keep it home, right?
Yeah.
What are some things what got you when you first started off, when did you first start working out?
At the age of 58 years old.
58? Okay, well that's a curveball then. I thought it was like your whole life. Okay, so even better, at the age of 58, what was the moment, what got you to say, let me start an active lifestyle, let me start powerlifting, let's see where this goes? What was the moment, what made you want to do that?
Well, it was hard to say. I mean, we used to, oh boy, I'll get in trouble. I started, a friend of mine got me into the gym, and some of the younger guys, I mean, would look at me and laugh because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And anyway, I just kept cool, and I just watching some of these guys, and I pick it up, and it went on from there. And then I formed my own, what I wanted to do, what I felt comfortable.
Right.
And I got into the powerlifting. I mean, I thought it was just unbelievable what a human being could do. I mean, with how we're built and everything, with our bones put together and all that. But one of my favorite was the what the heck you call it? Oh my God! Pick up the weights.
Deadlifts. Okay. Yeah, that's one of my favorites
I'm
too.
still dreaming. But the deadlifts, and I got up to 275 pounds.
Wow.
And then I was looking at the guy next to me, and I said, I got you beat. And I wasn't really still tight when I was coming down, and I tore my hamstring. But other than that, I mean, everything was great. I used to enjoy it.
Right. And
I still do.
And like we said earlier too, you also you also learn from your injuries as well too. So I'm sure you still do deadlifts today, right? Or no, you just threw
No,
it out?
all I do is stay real light with a lot of reps, and that's it.
That works as well
Yeah.
too. And because a lot of times either it's just a matter of throwing it out, like you said, or I mean, because there's different deadlifts. You're working your hamstrings, you're working your lower back. There's different things. There's different exercises that can work different things. So either you just throw it out, or you gradually go lighter, which is what I tend to be doing as I progress along. Because you know you don't feel as bad in the morning, you don't feel all achy and stuff, and then you know you build good lean muscle, which is what I really like. Tell us about your nutrition plan. You talked about it a little bit earlier. How are you eating? What's that like for you? And where you at with that?
Well, Mama, she does fantastic cooking. I mean,
Nice.
it's all Middle East cooking.
Oh,
Our ancestors were the Phoenicians,
yeah.
and then from there we became Lebanese, but she still cooks the old time. Lot of good cooking. No
Yeah.
canned foods, no nothing. I mean,
Nice.
it's start from scratch.
Nice. And do you really feel the difference with, or has she always cooked like that, or has it always been like that, or is this something like a way of eating that you kind of progressed through?
No, I grew up that way. My parents were the Lebanese, and so was my wife's parents. And she took over, and she hadn't lost any of it.
Nice.
And it's fantastic.
Still cooks to this day.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How often are you working out right now a week?
4 days a week,
4 days. Okay, me too.
from Monday to Thursday.
Oh, so you do 4 straight.
4 straight. Now
So-
I kind of rest on my next 3 days.
Okay, so 4 days on, 3 days off.
Right.
Okay, so what's the goal behind that, or is that just what works best for you? How'd you come up with that schedule?
Well, I just felt that it was best for me. I mean, by the time Thursday came in, I'd pop off once in a while and try to go a little bit heavier. And I found out it just didn't work. I mean, but anyway, it kind of got me going with Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Yeah, yeah,
And sometimes I'll go back in there just for cardio.
yeah.
And that's about it.
Nice. And one of the things that I always teach as well is always making sure that you stick with whatever routine is sustainable. So, you know, you're the first person that I know that does 4 days on, 3 days off like that. I tend to take at least 1 day a break in between workouts, or for the most part 1 or 2 days in between workouts, and kind of spread it out over the week. So it's really cool to have something that's sustainable for you, especially if you want to make it a lifestyle like you've done, like I'm doing right now and a lot of other people. So that's really cool. Whatever works for you, and is that what your wife does as well?
That's exactly, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
You just kind of go
I mean,
together.
it kind of makes, whatever makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And I used to go to Friday, or 5 days a week, and I just cut it down to
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
4, you don't lose anything.
Right.
And, in fact, you can gain a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, when you tear, you're doing biceps. I mean, you're tearing your
Muscle fibers
muscle
and
fibers,
yeah.
tissues, and once you work out with arms, I mean, let's say biceps, and it takes a couple of days for the new, what the heck am I trying to say? Added on to your muscle.
Yeah, yeah.
You break it down, nothing but,
Exactly.
nothing but mush.
Yeah, yeah. I just did a video on that, how muscle grows. You rip your muscle fibers, that's the soreness that you feel, and then it repairs itself to actually get stronger so that it can
Correct.
lift the weights that you were doing. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that you meet a lot of people in your age range, and just all age range really, that they want to live a fitness lifestyle. They want to do what you're doing. They want to be consistent, but they struggle. What's one of the main things that you see a lot of people struggle with why they can't be consistent?
Well, in the beginning, it's all talk.
Right.
And anyway, they'll try for about a week, and that's it. I mean, some of the buddies that say, well, I don't have any more friends that I went to school with, they're all dead. But,
Last man standing.
last man standing. But I mean, it's all talk. They get hot and heavy with it for about a week or two, and then all of a sudden they disappear.
Right.
And again, I don't want to say too much. I'm going to get myself into trouble with some of these people. You know.
But I think, like, to your point earlier, it sounded like when you first started, you found it interesting. You even said it, you did what you enjoyed doing. So maybe that's a takeaway for people who, at the age of 58 or at the age of 60 or whenever somebody wants to start, just start off doing what you enjoy. Would you agree with that? Or
I agree with
yeah,
that.
for sure. Because like I said, there's so many different ways to work out and exercise and stuff. Not everybody has to do deadlifts. There's different ways to work your back, and not everybody likes going to the gym. Exercise is walking around the block or walking your dog or whatever you want to do. So, yeah. Are there actually, speaking of that, are there actually any other activities that you enjoy doing outside the gym that keeps you?
Well, I was doing a little bit of house building, these little miniatures,
Nice.
barns and houses, and I've got a few of them in the house. But now that I kind of laid off for, I don't know why. I mean, I guess you get tired of doing something like that. But my love of life was gardening.
Yeah.
When we lived up in Washington, I mean, we didn't even know what it was to buy vegetables, and we grew it ourselves. We lived on 40 acres. And, so, anyway, in fact, it kind of reminds me of the banana squash that grew up on me. It took both of us to carry it into the house.
Wow.
But
How heavy was that?
oh, that thing was huge.
Yeah.
Just huge.
I'm glad you brought that up too, because a big part of being able to garden like you do is being fit enough to lift up something heavy, like gardening tools, or even shovel, or picking up heavy vegetables as well too.
More.
But it's cool to see how that kind of like translates into our everyday lives, and especially as a power lifter. I'm sure you have a very strong back, you have records, you have big arms still. So, I mean, being able to translate the benefits of working out 4 days a week, you get to garden as long as you want to, or build houses and stuff like that. So.
But I knew, I mean, life is great if you want to put into it. I mean, quit feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
Just take one day at a time.
Yeah.
Don't think what you can do tomorrow or what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Just take one day at a time.
Exactly, and I think more people need to hear that, and that's why I'm honored to have you on.
Thank you.
Because a lot of people need to really hear that, and I mean, we had scheduling difficulties, but I still went out of my way. I was like, nah, I got to get this guy on, because people need to hear that as well. Start small, make the most out of life, and like you said, you're the last one out of your friends from high school and stuff, and I'm sure a huge part of that is your regular lifestyle. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And I hope that you keep it going.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah, please.
Don't take drugs. It's not worth it.
Exactly. That's a good
And,
takeaway. And I mean, I like that you said, and you led with it, that you didn't take any steroids.
No.
And that's that. I mean, I can go on a tangent on that, but my personal philosophy is, the reason why I've never taken any steroids, or I don't even take pre-workout personally, I always want to know how strong I am, and I always want to know that I pushed my true self to the limit, that that this is all me. If I get a good workout in, it's all me. If I get a crappy workout in, well, I probably need to sleep more and eat better a little bit. There's always workarounds, but I mean, tip my hat to you for taking that approach to your fitness lifestyle.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So towards the end of each episode, Ed, I like for my guests to leave one piece of fitness advice, and you've already left a lot, but just your number one fitness advice for people who are thinking about an active lifestyle, or people who, like we talked about just now, they fell off and they got motivated and then they got discouraged. What's something that you can leave with our listeners?
Well, I'm once in a while guilty about this. I mean, things that that you're used to doing, I mean, to keep yourself fit. And, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, but just when you don't feel like doing something, do it. Even if you don't put your heart and soul into it, do it.
Right.
And that really helps a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, to that point too, that's something that I do. You get into the habit of doing it anyways. And so the decision to do something that you don't feel like doing becomes less emotional when you get into this is my time to do it. It's Monday through Thursday, I'm at the gym working out, just like you do, and it just becomes clockwork, right?
Yeah, Correct. I mean, there are times I go in the gym and I force myself, but as I get along during that workout, I mean,
It comes back.
it comes right back.
Right. Absolutely. So hey, I actually have some random quick fire questions for you just to have a little fun here. So I'm going to ask you some random questions just for us to get to know a little bit about you. And you ready? All right, let's go. So what's the first thing that you think of when you wake up in the morning?
Can I be funny about it?
Yes, absolutely. Please.
My wife and I, we argue a little bit once in a while, but she wins out.
She wins out. Undefeated, huh?
I think she's asleep.
Would you rather be a master of every musical instrument or be fluent in every language?
In every language.
In every language. Would you rather be a deep sea diver or an astronaut?
Neither.
Neither? You're the first neither. You're good here on Earth, on flat land?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd rather be in the gym. Respect it. Would you rather take a guaranteed $100,000 or a 50-50 shot at $1 million?
To tell you the truth, money doesn't mean that much to me. Neither.
Neither. Respect that as well. Tacos or pizza?
Neither.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs, okay. Breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Netflix or YouTube?
Neither.
Neither. Money or free time?
Free time.
Free time. Beach or mountains?
Mountain.
Mountains.
Oh,
you said that. You like mountains?
I love it.
What's the last good mountain you've been to?
Well, I
Right?
went to, let's see, I can't do it anymore because of my ability not being able to walk too well. It was Mount Shasta.
Nice.
And anyway, I passed everybody up, and I kept going, and I thought they were still behind me, but they weren't. And I got to the first ice, which out there, and then all of a sudden the wind came up, and I woke up. I mean, what the heck am I doing up here? And so when I got down, you talk about a ass chewing. Pardon me for saying
You're
that.
fine.
But anyway, the ranger told my wife that they usually lose about 2 or 3 people a year.
No
of
way.
Of what I
Now,
did
where is this at?
in Northern California, Mount Shasta.
And that was the last one you've been on?
Pardon, well, then up in, we were living in Washington, I used to do a lot of climbing,
Yeah.
looking for rocks, and
Yeah.
I just love that.
Nice. That's awesome.
I just love that.
Winter or summer? Out
Can I
here.
say in between?
In between? Yeah, because we don't have balanced weather out here. It's either freezing cold or you're looking for a swimming pool. What did you want to be as a kid growing up?
To be honest with you, I've always liked to become a farmer,
Nice.
but never had the opportunity.
Yeah, we're still doing your garden thing, so.
Not as much now. No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Maybe a little seed here, a little seed there.
Yeah,
But
hey, it's more than what I'm doing right now. Actually, I got my garden bed out there. I'm doing lemon trees, but maybe take some tips from you. What's one famous person, dead or alive, that you'd love to have dinner with?
I'll be honest with you, my wife.
Oh, that's
We're exceptionally
nice.
close.
Nice. 72
Extremely
years you
close.
have to be. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I hope I can reach that level. That'll be
But
awesome.
I do have, every Wednesday, I meet the guys at Starbucks, and
Yeah.
get coffee.
Nice.
And it's the same bunch that we meet at another restaurant every Saturday.
Yeah.
And we tell a lot of lies to each other and everything, but we enjoy it.
That's perfect. The art of conversation. That's what it's all about. I respect that. I like that a lot. All right, last question. If you can be any animal in the world, what would it be and why? I know you want to be a farmer as a youngin. Which animal would you want to be?
How can I answer that?
Any animal. Or what's your favorite animal?
Dog.
Dogs? What type of dog?
The shepherd dogs.
German Shepherds?
Not
Can't
the
go.
German shepherd, the Basque people. They have what they call the shepherds.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any dogs?
Pardon?
Do you have any dogs?
No more.
Yeah. Oh, cool. That was fun. Yeah. So thank you for your time. This is one of those key episodes that I'm gonna love sharing with people because you shared a lot that I want a lot of people to hear. And people can look at me and say, well, you're still active because you're young. Now I can say, well, check out this episode, check out Ed Hasham, and then come speak to me and stuff. And so you're just a testament that if you want to do something, just to go after it and do it, like you said. So I appreciate your time. Did you have anything else?
No, this is it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, continue your journey and
Thank
best
you.
of luck.
Thank you.